Take a slow breath in and let it out gently. Again, breathe in and breathe out. Let your shoulders settle. Let the weight of the day begin to lift. There is nowhere you need to be but here. There is nothing you need to carry tonight. Tonight we will listen to a story from the book of Joshua. The crossing of the Jordan. A river at flood stage, a step of faith, and dry ground where water once flowed. This is a story about standing at the edge of something wide and uncertain. About stepping forward before you can see the way through. And about a God who parts the waters for those who trust Him enough to move. The river was real. The flood was real. And the dry ground that appeared was real too. So let the story come to you gently. You do not need to solve anything tonight. You only need to listen. One calm sentence at a time. Tonight, remember this as we begin. The river is crossed. The ground is dry. You are carried. Israel has wandered for 40 years. 40 years through desert and dust and waiting. A whole generation has passed since Egypt. Moses is gone now, buried by God Himself on a mountain no one can find. And now they stand at the edge of the Jordan. Across the river lies Jericho. Beyond Jericho lies the land God promised to Abraham long ago. The promised land is within sight. But the river is between them and everything they have hoped for. The Jordan at harvest time is not a gentle stream. It runs wide and fast, swollen with spring rains from the hills. There is no easy way across. Joshua speaks to the people. He tells them to consecrate themselves, to set themselves apart. For tomorrow, the Lord will do wonders among you. They have waited so long for this. Their parents waited. Their grandparents waited. And now, at last, tomorrow is almost here. Sometimes the edge is the hardest place to stand. So close to the answer, and still not there. But God does not leave His people stranded at the edge. You can rest. God speaks to Joshua. Quietly, as He always does to those He has chosen to lead. Today I will begin to exalt you in the sight of all Israel. That they may know that as I was with Moses, so I will be with you. The same God who parted the Red Sea. The same God who brought water from rock. The same faithfulness, now given to Joshua. And God gives the instruction. The priests are to carry the Ark of the Covenant. The wooden chest overlaid with gold, the mercy seat, the presence of God among His people. They are to carry it ahead of the nation. And when they reach the Jordan, they are to step in. Not wait for the waters to part first. Not wait for a bridge or a shallow place. Step in. This is how God often works. The way opens after the step, not before it. The clarity comes after the obedience, not ahead of it. Trust is asked for before proof is given. Joshua does not argue. He does not ask for a sign. He gathers the people and tells them what God has said. And tomorrow, they will walk toward the water. You can rest. The morning comes. The Jordan is at flood stage. Harvest time, when the snows melt from the northern hills and the river swells beyond its banks. The water runs wide and brown and strong. The priests lift the ark onto their shoulders. The golden poles rest in their hands. The weight of the presence of God is carried between them. And they begin to walk toward the water. Behind them, the entire nation watches. Thousands upon thousands of men and women and children. Tents packed, animals gathered, everything they own on their backs. All of them watching the priests move toward the flood. The priests reach the very edge. The mud is soft beneath their sandals. The sound of the current is loud and close. And they do not stop. Their feet touch the water. This is the moment of faith. Stepping in before the way is clear. Obeying before the proof arrives. They do not know what will happen next. They only know what God has said. And so they step in. You can rest. As soon as their feet touch the water, everything changes. The Jordan stops flowing. The waters that were rushing south toward the Salt Sea simply stop. They rise up in a heap, far away, at a place called Adam. Miles upstream, the river gathers and holds itself still. As if the hand of God reached down and pressed the current quiet. And below that place, the riverbed empties. The water drains away. What was flood becomes dry ground. Firm earth where moments before there was only rushing water. The priests walk to the middle of the riverbed. They stand there, holding the ark, steady and still. The presence of God resting between them. And they do not move. All of Israel begins to cross. Family by family, tribe by tribe, they walk on dry ground through the middle of the Jordan. Children walk where the river ran. Old men cross where the flood once was. The ground beneath their feet is firm and sure. The priests stand in the center, unmoved. Holding the ark. Holding the way open. While the people pass safely through. You can rest. While the priests still stand in the middle of the dry riverbed, Joshua gives a command. Choose 12 men. One from each tribe of Israel. Each man is to walk back to where the priests are standing. To the very center of the Jordan. And each one is to pick up a stone from the riverbed. A large stone, heavy enough to carry on his shoulder. 12 men. 12 stones. Lifted from the place where the river once ran. Carried to the other side. These stones will be a memorial. A marker. A way of remembering what happened here. Joshua tells them why. When your children ask in the days to come, what do these stones mean? You will tell them. The Lord your God dried up the waters of the Jordan before the Ark of the Covenant. When it crossed over, the waters were cut off. These stones are a reminder to all the earth that the hand of the Lord is mighty. God asks us to remember. Not because He forgets. but because we do. The stones hold the story when our hearts grow tired. You can rest. All the people cross on dry ground. Every man, woman, and child. Every animal, every bundle, every family. All of them safely on the other side. Then the priests come up out of the Jordan. They step from the dry riverbed onto the western bank. And the moment their feet touch solid ground, the waters return. The Jordan rushes back to its place, flowing at flood stage, wide and strong, just as it was before, as if nothing had happened. But everything has happened. The 12 stones are carried to Gilgal. They are set up there, on the plains east of Jericho. A circle of rough stones from the bottom of a river. A quiet monument to a day the waters stood still. The promise made to Abraham, that his children would have a land, is now beginning to be fulfilled. The promise spoken to Moses, that God would bring them in, is now kept. They stand in the land. The wandering is over. The river is behind them. The ground beneath their feet is the ground God promised. And the stones remember. You can rest. Now the story can grow quieter. No new scene is needed. Only the truths that remained beneath every scene. The river parted. The ground was dry. The step of faith came first. The priests stood firm. The people crossed. The stones remember. God did not ask the priests to understand the river. He asked them to step in. God did not ask the people to part the waters themselves. He asked them to walk through on the ground He provided. The flood did not have the final word. The obstacle did not have the final word. The waiting did not have the final word. God had the final word. You are carried by the same faithfulness. The same God who held the waters back holds you now. The same God who made dry ground makes a way for you. You can rest. The waters have returned. The crossing is complete. The stones are set. You do not need to cross anything tonight. You do not need to step into any flood. The hard part is behind you now. You are on solid ground. You are held. You are carried. Let your thoughts grow smaller now. Let your breathing slow. Let the story settle into one simple truth. The promise stands. The ground is dry. The river is crossed. You can let go. You can rest. You can rest. You can rest. The river is crossed. The ground is dry. You are carried. You are held. The promise stands. You can rest. The river is crossed. The ground is dry. You are carried. You are held. The promise stands. You can rest. The river is crossed. The ground is dry. You are carried. You are held. The promise stands. You can rest. The river is crossed. The ground is dry. You are carried. You are held. The promise stands. You can rest. The river is crossed. The ground is dry. You are carried. You are held. The promise stands. You can rest. The river is crossed. The ground is dry. You are carried. You are held. The promise stands. You can rest. The river is crossed. The ground is dry. You are carried. You are held. The promise stands. You can rest. The river is crossed. The ground is dry. You are carried. You are held. The promise stands. You can rest. The river is crossed. The ground is dry. You are carried. You are held. The promise stands. You can rest. The river is crossed. The ground is dry. You are carried. You are held. The promise stands. You can rest. The river is crossed. The ground is dry. You are carried. You are held. The promise stands. You can rest. The river is crossed. The ground is dry. You are carried. You are held. The promise stands. You can rest.